Audio check. Testing.
I saw it first off from Facebook post, and then Holly texted me, Drew texted me.
You would have got it right as soon as I found out about it.
Yeah.
Except I looked back and the only way I would have talked to you was on through Facebook.
Well, that's what I thought. I'll text him. I saw the Facebook post. I don't remember it. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Teacher of the year.
I don't know about that.
Teacher of America. Grand Poobah.
I'd like to welcome everyone to Cyclone and Lady Cyclone Soccer. I hope we're on the air. I hope the audio is working. So, if anybody's watching us live, we'll talk to you just a little bit about tonight's matchup. We're moving it up an hour early. They're expecting some bad weather in, but now realize they'll play through the rain. It's the lightning delay that they won't play through, and if there is any kind of lightning delay or anything like that, they'll like 45 minutes after the last lightning strike, and hopefully we'll just get these games in. How about that? The girls' game will start at 4. Initially, they said the boys' game at 5:30. When they moved it, not realizing that usually takes a couple hours. But I think they're going to start the boys' game as soon as they can after the girls' game. As far as the girls' game, there's more on the line for the girls' game than there is the boys' game. The Cyclone boys actually locked up the 1 seed with the victory against Farmington on Friday. And so even if they falter for, I shouldn't say that. Tonight they'll lock up the 1 seed on the boys' side, because I'm counting that they're going to win at least one of these games. Should they drop 2, the boys, and Siloam Springs wins 2, then they will actually finish behind. So we'll talk about that getting ready for the boys' game. As far as the girls, it looks like they're going to be a 2 seed. There's an outside chance that they could get the 1 seed. They have to run the table this week, which they started doing that last night, defeating Shiloh Christian at Shiloh Christian 4-2. They would have to win tonight and beat Harrison, and then they would have to hope that Siloam Springs would drop 2 games. And just don't see that happening. Siloam Springs, if they win tonight, will lock up the 1 seed. Now, the Lady Cyclones, after that, have all but locked up the number 2 seed. with that victory against Shiloh Christian, as they were a couple games up, and now they've swept Shiloh, and so even if they finished in a tie, they will have the tiebreaker with the Lady Saints. So when we get on the air on Friday, we'll be able to talk to you a little bit about state playoffs, as that's still kind of being factored in. But like we said, as it's looking like, the girls are going to be the 2 seed, barring some weird happening with Siloam Springs. They'll be the 1 seed. Our girls will be the 2. 3 and 4, they're still going to battle it out, and we'll talk about that here in just a moment on the girls' side. On the boys' side, it's going to be the Russellville Cyclone senior boys a 1 seed once again, and Siloam Springs a 2 seed. Siloam lost to Russellville and boys in the first matchup. The second matchup was actually a tie. We haven't been on the air since then, and so that's why it's not locked up just yet. Basically, our boys need 1 victory to ensure winning the 5A West. 1 victory with 2 games to go, and they'll be heavily favored in both those games tonight at against Greenwood, and on Friday night as they host Harrison for senior night. As far as our senior girls are concerned, we mentioned to you that they're probably going to be a 2 seed, barring something weird happening with Siloam. But what about Greenwood? Well, the Lady Bulldogs are in a fight for a state playoff spot. They come into tonight's game in conference 7-4-3, so they're not a pushover. And basically, here's the deal: you have 4 teams that get to go to state. On the boys' side, that's 4 out of 8, so the top half. On the girls' side, it's 4 out of 9, because Shiloh Christian has, because of the competitive rule, they're in our conference. And so what that means is the top 4 still go, even though there's 9 teams. Well, there's a 3-way battle for the 3rd and 4th seed. Shiloh Christian sitting at 10-3-2. Harrison and Greenwood all right there. And so it looks like Shiloh Christian probably going to be the 3 seed. Greenwood right now is 1 game behind Harrison. I shouldn't say 1 game, but a half game behind Harrison, because the tiebreakers. Basically, here's what needs to happen for the Lady Bulldogs. They're a half game out of 4th place behind the Lady Goblins. Greenwood girls, they have Russellville tonight and Mountain Home on Friday. Harrison has Siloam and Russellville. That looks like 2 games that they will not be favored in either one. Greenwood needs a better record than Harrison has this week. Not the same record and not worse. So if Harrison goes 0-2, Greenwood goes 0-2, Harrison goes. If both teams go 1-1, Harrison goes. They need a better record, Greenwood does. And so they feel like, looking at it, that Harrison, again, going to be the underdog in both their games. They have Siloam Springs tonight and Russellville on Friday. It's looking like, if you look at the past, it looks like Harrison might go 0-2 this week. Greenwood needs to win 1 game this week. If they do that, they will leapfrog Harrison for that 4th spot and knock the Lady Goblins out of state playoff contention. So that's what it looks like, and it'll be a little bit, it's convoluted right now. It'll be a little bit clear after tonight, and we head into Friday night. Friday night's the last game of the regular season for everybody, and then we'll be getting ready for the state playoffs, which will take place on Thursday of next week. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, as Searcy will be hosting that. And Searcy, we've been in talks with them, and they are hosting at 4 different places. They're hosting at Harding Academy, at is it Riverview out there around Searcy, BB, all that's where we're going to host the first round games. Again, we'll have all that a little bit more clear on Friday. But tonight, the Lady Cyclones taking on Greenwood, hoping to make a clean sweep. Now, Russellville baseball and softball usually plays the same night, but because of the bad weather expected tonight, they actually moved both their games to last night. The baseball-softball teams split. The baseball Cyclones lost 2-0 over at Hickey Park last night to Greenwood, while the Lady Cyclones defeated Greenwood 6-3, keeping they got a slim chance to make state playoffs, but they do have a chance now, as beating Greenwood really helped them. They will be favored on Friday night, so they need some help. They need Siloam Springs maybe to lose, and Alma's right there. Again, that's 3 teams battling for 2 spots, so they're keep their hopes alive with that upset victory against Greenwood last night at Hickey Park. Both teams having their captains meet the officials, and we'll be doing the Pledge of Allegiance and the Star Spangled Banner and all of that coming up just a little bit. But we got the Lady Cyclone matchup first as they take on the Lady Bulldogs of Greenwood. Lady Cyclones shut out Greenwood 6-0 earlier this year over in western Arkansas. A 4-2 victory last night against Siloam Springs to get back on the winning track, as the Lady Cyclones fell before that to Siloam Springs. They've on 2-game winning streak since then. They beat Farmington at Farmington 7-1 and won at Shiloh Christian 4-2. Now, our last time we saw the Lady Cyclones was last week when they beat Shiloh Christian here. Since then, they've gone on that 3-game road trip, 2-1 on the road trip to lock up the 2 seed, getting ready for the final week of the regular season with a game tonight and a game on Friday night. We'll step aside as they do the Pledge of Allegiance, the national anthem, and a moment of silence.
And a moment of silence. First, the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. And now please remain standing for a brief moment of silence. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, and once again, welcome to Cyclone Stadium.
All right, Greenwood will be the visiting team, obviously in white and navy blue shorts. Lady Cyclones decked out in all black tonight with red and white trim. Russellville, since losing to Siloam Springs, they've gone on a 2-game winning streak. That loss to Siloam ended a 27-game conference non-losing streak. They had gone 26-0-1. Of course, won the 5A West last year. They played very well, just tripped up there at Siloam. Played Siloam twice this year, tied the first matchup here with the Lady Panthers 1-1, scoring in the second half to tie that game. Lost 5-1 up there. Just snowballed, to be honest with you. Got behind by a run or two, by a goal or two, and it just snowballed from then. And already had the meeting. We're waiting teams to be out there. Again, supposed to start at 4 o'clock. We're running a little bit behind. That's okay. Originally, it's set for 5 o'clock. Lady Cyclones, kind of this week what you want to do is you want to get back in the swing of things a little bit, maintain your edge, but also get through it healthy when you have 3 games to get ready for state. Played last night, play tonight, play Friday night. Greenwood a little late getting on to the field, or the pitch. we're ready to get started. Greenwood lost 4 conference games this year. They're 7-4-3 in conference, 11-4-3 overall, and have not lost a non-conference game. They lost twice to Siloam Springs, lost to Russellville, and lost 2-0 to Shiloh Christian. They split with Shiloh. This is Kate Blanchard. Now to Ruth Payne as that one goes past the touchline. It'll be a throw in for the Lady Bulldogs. Russellville coached by Coach Fallon Bruckner. In her second year, coming from Fayetteville. Gabby Stringer assisted, Bennett Lifflin assistant. Of course, Bennett's been with the team for a long time as a volunteer coach. It was sprinkling a little bit about an hour and a half ago here, but of course, being on turf. Here's Ruth Payne. She's going to try to center it to Callahan. Callahan with a shot, and it goes wide right. But you can see Russellville trying to center it there, getting out ahead. Russellville scored 4 goals against Shiloh Christian last night. I know Ruth had 2 of them. I think she had a hat trick last night. But one of her goals was that right there. She just raced out ahead and never stopped and actually took it herself and made it. That one was coming in a little bit of an angle, so she tried to get the assist, giving it over to Callahan. And Julia shot just went wide right. It's Kana Keister, who's come back from an injury. Trying to come back slowly, get ready for state next week. Again, Searcy hosting state. Touch pass over to Blanchard. Blanchard coming in from the side. Knocked away. Greenwood can't clear it. Russellville's got a shot. And the shot is scooped up by their keeper. As Natalie Harlan, the senior, number 12, scooped that one up. And now we have a whistle. And let's see. Oh, he's getting another ball. The official does not like that soccer ball. Too dark, maybe? It's overcast. As we mentioned, a little bit of rain that we've had. It seemed to be bouncing fine. I think that's what it is. No, the coach is saying it's not aired up enough, so we're trying to watch and see what's going on over there. Meanwhile, the Lady Cyclones taking back over here. Russellville 2 shots already, 1 on goal. 1 on goal by Natalie Harlan. Entering the 18-yard box here. They're going to kick it past the touchline. Russellville's going to get a chance to throw this one in. This will be Carson Skelton, another senior. Graduation for Russellville is Saturday, so some graduates that'll be playing the state tournament. Typically, they do graduation during the state tournament. So it's kind of good to, I hate to say get that out of the way, but it's kind of good not to have to balance it. The last few years, we have seen where Russellville's boys has been in the semifinals, and they're having to stagger that and try to race to make it to graduation or even the state championship game. Talked to Coach Bryan about that, and he said, I'm so happy that that's not an issue this year. There's Maggie McGill with the diving stop. Knocked it out. It'll be a corner kick as it goes past the goal line. First corner kick of the game for either team. Tried to center it. Nobody was there. Lucky for Russellville, they're keeping it in. Now that'll be cleared out by Zoe Barnes. Out to Callahan. We'll see if she wants to do with it. Try to get around the defender. Good pass there to Payne. Ruth's not going to stop. On the move. They have defenders in place. Ruth still on the move. Kicking ahead the 18-yard box. She may have a shot from the side. Knocked down by the keeper. The rebound can't be gotten by Russellville. Looked like Blanchard was there on the right side to try to get a rebounded shot. It went from Barnes to Callahan to Payne and almost to Blanchard for the putback. 2 shots on goal. It's a save by their keeper. Again, the Lady Cyclones were in Springdale last night with a victory at Shiloh Christian 4-2. Russellville was up 3-0 in that game at halftime. Got cut to 3-1 before Russellville scored another goal, making it 4-1. Both our boys and girls teams were victorious at Farmington on Friday night. Our girls came back home. Our boys spent the night up there, actually stayed at Siloam Springs to travel to play Jinx, Oklahoma in a non-conference matchup. The state champions from Oklahoma, and our Russellville Cyclones won that one, beat them 2-1. Hey, Blanchard fighting through, coming in from the corner. Blanchard will center it. Callahan couldn't get to it. It's still loose. Knocked past the touchline. Throw in. Not a lot of room over there as they took it away from Callahan, but we'll do it again. Can Russellville chase it down? Natalie Harlan just outside the box, but left foots it. It's going to be deflected past the goal line by a defender before it got to the keeper, and Russellville will have their first corner kick of the match coming from the far side. This will be Payne with the kick. Played down and nobody could get to it to get a shot. Cleared out. Zoe Barnes gets it over to Allie. This is Carson Skelton. Prince, Reese along the far side before being taken over by Greenwood. Russellville just won't let up, though. Over to their head coach, Andrew Post, who's in his 13th season at Greenwood. This will be Kana Keister on the throw-in. Blanchard to Harlan, kicks it across. Carson Skelton to Kate. They stepped through Kate. She couldn't grab it, but Reese Prince did. It's deflected back out and cleared by Greenwood. McKeely Hardman kept it alive for Russellville. Natalie Harlan on the far side. Natalie centering it. And there's Callahan with the turn and shot. It was deflected. Lob shot and kept in by the keeper. Did not cross the goal line, so no corner kick for Russellville. So far, Russellville officially with 2 shots on goal, but they've had 2 other shots that would have been on goal but deflected by defenders. Greenwood packing in the defense. Keister would change positions a little bit there with the throw-in. This is Reese Prince. Got some space there in the middle. Reese will take a long shot. One hop caught by the keeper. Prince tried to give it a head. He stepped in and picked it off. Sally Barnes. Friday night is senior night for the boys and girls teams. Would really love it if people would show up here, and you get two really, really good soccer teams here. Both of them have a chance to win a state championship, and both of them defending 5A West Conference champions. Would love to send the seniors out the correct way with a big crowd. Both teams will be hosting Harrison. So coming out 5 o'clock's the first start, 7 o'clock for the second game. Russellville dominating possession time so far in the first 12 and a half minutes. Up over 85%. Kana keeping it in. Nice little fake there to get around a defender. Played back to Maggie McGill, the keeper tonight. Yeah, that one passed the touchline. I was wondering if they were going to call that one. Skelton will throw this in. Natalie couldn't chase it down. McKeely with the interception there, stepping through, getting the steal back. Russellville has something brewing here as they're trying to center this one. Going to be picked up there by Reese Prince into the 18-yard box. Deflected back out. Russellville will get a throw in here. Kate Blanchard will handle that. We'll do it again. Carson's throw-in goes into the box. There's Blanchard. Kate coming in from left side. We'll try to center it. Goes through the box, and Natalie, can she save it? And she can. Greenwood looking like they might have possession here, and we'll get a foul called on Russellville and a free kick. First free kick of the game. Greenwood will have it. There's no wind when we were doing the Pledge of Allegiance. As I'm looking at the flag now, it's blowing across the field, in our face, actually. So generally, in our home games this year, it's been coming from the south, but not tonight. It's a little bit, I guess, more southwest. This one all the way down to McGill. Maggie will pick it up. Big leg play down. Russellville on the move. McKeely Hardman. Too far in front of Kana Keister. It's Ruth Payne into the 18-yard box. Ruth angling left side, centering it. Natalie Harlan with the shot, knocked away by the keeper. Right there at the corner of your screen. Greenwood wanting some substitutions in, as is Russellville, but not yet. Russellville will get a corner kick out of this. This is Callahan from the corner. Knocked down. Julia going to come out here and meet it. Kicks it high in the air. Can we keep it in? No, not quite. Channing Frederick, the sophomore, tried to keep it in, but it'll be a goal kick. Maddie Hall, number 16, will check in for Russellville. She'll replace McKeely Hardman, number 8, junior. Ruth Payne with a long shot here, past the keeper. And Russellville draws first blood. Ruth Payne officially with 21:50 left to play in the first half makes it 1-0. Multiple goals last night in the victory against Shiloh Christian. She gets the first one here tonight. This will be a goal kick for Russellville. Offsides call. You see the flag go up there. Russellville will let Maggie McGill take the free kick. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what happened. I thought it hit the official and a ready for play whistle, so no foul or anything like that. A collision there, no whistle. Frederick, she's up for Russellville. That one past the touchline. Lady Cyclones are 20-1 against Greenwood since 2016. The only loss by the Lady Cyclones was in penalty kicks. Russellville has actually won a game against Greenwood in penalty kicks, so 1-1. When we used to do that, now we settle for a tie. Used to in conference, they did not. But pretty much been in the same conference as Greenwood for quite a few years. They have met a couple times in the state tournament, but it's been a while since that happened. The last one was in 2018. Carson trying to get around her defender. Payne has it for Russellville. 30 yards out, sending it ahead. Well, good job by that defender to keep it momentarily. Russellville getting it back. A shot here maybe by Ruth Payne goes up and over the crossbar. Thirteen consecutive wins Lady Cyclones have had over Greenwood. Official was not ready for play yet. Greenwood with another substitution. Allie Barnes, open space over here to Carson Skelton. Touch pass from Harlan. Getting it down the pitch to Ruth Payne. Just outside the 18-yard box. Centering it, shot, hits the post and goes in. Julia Callahan. 16:58 officially on the clock. Usually when you hit the post, you're not that lucky, but Julia's shot hit the post and then rolled in, making it 2-0 Russellville. Julia with the second most goals on the team this year. I'm glad we didn't put any extra paint on the post there, just enough where it slipped through. You're welcome, Mr. Taylor. Thank you for helping with the offsides rule, I should say. Yeah, we were barely able to get here. We knew we were going to be here in time when the game was at 5, but they moved it up because of the weather. Now, I'll be honest with you, we were coming up here, walking up the stands, I thought, I just don't see how we make it through tonight's game without a lightning delay, but cross our fingers. Definitely want to get this one in, especially with the way the Lady Cyclones have started here. Ruth Payne, a goal at 21:50, and 16:58, Julia Callahan, a goal. It's the two top leading goal scorers for Russellville. Together they had 4 goals last night in the victory against Shiloh Christian. Again, this game I say it means a lot to Russellville. It means more to Greenwood, actually. So we didn't hear our pregame. Russellville looking like they're going to be a 2 seed. They have an outside shot at a 1 seed, but it would have to involve Siloam Springs, who's undefeated in conference, losing their final 2 games. It just doesn't look like it's going to happen. Russellville lost to Siloam and tied Siloam, so they would not have a tiebreaker. But the victory last night for Russellville pretty much sealed the 2nd seed, as they have now swept Shiloh Christian, who looks like they'll be the 3rd seed. Now Greenwood, they're in a battle with Harrison for who's going to be the 4th seed and who's going to be left out of the state playoffs. They need a better record than Harrison this week. And Harrison has the tougher schedule of the 2. Harrison plays Siloam tonight and Russellville Friday. Greenwood's got Russellville tonight, obviously, and they play Mountain Home on Friday. So they're thinking maybe if Harrison could drop both those games and Greenwood could get 1 victory. If they both finish the same during the week, Harrison gets the nod by a half game. So a lot on the line for both teams. More on the line for Greenwood tonight. Lady Cyclones, though, making it tough on them with a 2-0 lead here. Skelton trying to center this one. Touch pass from Payne. And Greenwood will send it over her head back towards midfield. Nice takeaway there by Allie Barnes. Allie left foots it to Payne. She'll feel the pressure behind her as Natalie Harlan to the edge of the box there, trying to center it and deflect it off. She's trying to chase it down. This is Skelton. Natalie Harlan. Sometimes I got to be careful how I say the names. Natalie Harlan and McKeely Hardman. No relation, not even spelled the same, but sometimes I'll call them by the first name. Just like Allie Barnes and Zoe Barnes, no relation, but sometimes call them by their first name. That's Natalie, popping that one up in the air. Natalie Harlan, her mom was actually on the very first Lady Cyclone soccer team in school history. She had a goal. Here, I think it was against Farmington. We hosted them here. Throw in for Greenwood. Russellville scoring 2 goals within a span of 5 minutes. They got 6 shots on goal, 9 total. Greenwood just 1 shot on goal tonight. Natalie, save it. Can't quite get that one. We have senior boys coming up right after this. Russellville needs 1 victory in senior boys to clinch the conference championship. They've been battling Siloam all year, and Russellville beat Siloam here in boys and then tied Siloam last week 1-1. Russellville actually trailed the game 1-0, and with 6 minutes left, there was a penalty called on Siloam's boys inside the 18-yard box. So it ended a penalty kick that tied the game. I'll switch soccer balls here. Now Hall started inbound it, but you see people coming in for Russellville. Number 3, that's Reese Prince. Reese Salazar Medina, that's number 19, the senior. Kana Keister will handle the throw in for Russellville. They stopped the clock, or they tried to. We stopped it. They didn't hear, so we'll let her roll. I don't know what happened. There was a Greenwood player, thought maybe for injury, but I think maybe a necklace issue. I don't know. Wardrobe malfunction. But ready for play whistle gave Russellville back possession. Channing Frederick on that far side. Thought that was going to be ours. Played down by Channing. Up and onto the track. Good stop and go there. Reese Prince. Leave that one for Frederick. Channing with a shot deflected by the defender, trying to play it down, and now handball called, I believe. You're going to stop the clock. Handball inside the 18-yard box. That means a penalty kick. You pick anybody to take it. Looks like it's going to be Ruth Payne. Penalty kick off the handball. Ruth Payne puts it through. Off the handball. If a handball happens, it's a ready for play whistle, but one inside the 18-yard box, it's a penalty kick. And Ruth Payne getting her second goal tonight. It was Channing Frederick that was applying the pressure when that happened, when the handball happened inside the 18-yard box. Payne gets the PK, and Russellville leads at 3-0 with 10:20 left. This has been their strategy off starting at center circle. One kick back and send it down. Maggie McGill going to handle this one easily with the drop kick. Sends it back to the center circle. And Russellville with possession. And Brisa, can she chase it down? Brisa Salazar going to stop it just in time. Center this one. And Frederick couldn't get it where she wanted for a shot. Hardman along the far side to Keister. Kana getting around defender. Send this one across. Down in Salazar. Can't get the open look. There's Ruth Payne. Left foots it. It's going to roll to the keeper. Good sequence there by Russellville. Ended up with a shot on goal, but not a goal. That one played down by Reese Prince. This is Julia Callahan. Long shot with the left foot, goes wide right. Substitution, Carson Skelton coming back in for Russellville. Number 6 replacing Maddie Hall. Good move there by Prince. As Ruth Payne looking for somebody to pass across, trying to center this one, cleared by Greenwood. Past the touchline. You see Carson calling for it. She wants to go quickly. Discrepancy whose possession belongs to Russellville. Brisa knocks it off Greenwood. Russell will get it a little bit of real estate on this throw in. Back to Reese from Ruth Payne. McKeely. Along the far side to Keister. Kana chasing it down. Trying to center this one. Good kick across there, but picked up by their keeper. The sun's poking out. How about that? Wasn't expecting that. No pause the game with 6:22 left. We have a player, Greenwood, that was hunched over and injured. Didn't see what happened, but she looks like she's laboring walking off. Mentioned Andrew Post in his 13th season. He was a volunteer coach for Greenwood for 6 years. Took over as the head coach for both the boys and girls team back in 2014. His first season, he actually took the Greenwood boys to the state championship game against Russellville. The Cyclone boys won that one 1-0 in overtime. We got a foul called on Russellville here. A free kick for the Lady Bulldogs. Andrew Post switched to Greenwood girls only in 2019. That's when Tyler Woods took over as the boys coach, and we'll see him in a little bit with varsity boys action following this. This one sent into the 18-yard box. Officially a shot on goal. It's at one hop to Maggie McGill. She'll roll this one out. Substitution for the Lady Bulldogs. 3-0 Russellville. A couple of goals by Ruth Payne, one by Julia Callahan. We'll have all the official stats coming up during halftime. We're supposed to have Greenwood here for baseball, softball, and soccer tonight. Greenwood player going down, fix her shoe. But they moved the baseball and softball games to last night because of the expected weather. And we split that one. Our softball girls won 6-3, and Cyclone baseball team lost 2-0. McGill catching that one off the free kick. .50 ball. It's going to get past both. McKeely Hardman through the center circle to Channing Frederick, and now this Ruth Payne sent back. That's Zoe Barnes. Brisa Salazar to Payne ahead. She's going to keep it in bounds. not center that. I don't know if she's trying to center it, maybe kick it off a Greenwood defender to maybe draw a corner kick. But it'll be a goal kick for Greenwood. Oh, from the goalie past the touchline. Substitutions for Russellville is number 24, Arden Hood, is coming in replacing Channing Frederick. There's Reese Prince being hounded by Greenwood defender. Centering that one. Callahan. Can she get a shot off? No, she's going to center it. Ruth Payne. Ruth along the far side. Can't get around her defender. Greenwood's going to be able to chase that one down before it rolled past touchline. It's Arden Hood. Russellville will take their time, set something up here. Final minute. It's Keister on the far side. They call a high kick there. Fourth foul called on Russellville. No fouls called on Greenwood in the first half. Be a free kick. Could be a breakaway. Maggie backpedaling, getting a place, and now they slide. This one rolls past the goal line. Maggie seems to be walking okay after that. Kind of awkward. Greenwood player sliding into the keeper around Maggie McGill. We've come to the end of the first half. Lady Cyclones leading 3-0. We'll take a break, and when we come back eventually, we will have stats for you and a recap of the goals. We'll turn the sound down because if they play music, we'll get flagged on our YouTube channel. Don't want to do that where you can't come back and watch it. So we'll be back a couple minutes before the second half starts. Come back with your scoring totals. Lady Cyclones lead at 3-0. We'll go ahead and tell you that Ruth Payne has 2 goals. Julia Callahan has 1. Ruth Payne's second goal was off a penalty kick. Lady Cyclones lead it here at the half, 3-0. All right, welcome back. The officials, I can see them emerging from the behind the concession stand, so we'll give the stats for the first half. 12 shots for Russellville, 8 on goal. In that first half, 3 shots for Greenwood, 2 on goal. There were 2 corner kicks for the Lady Cyclones, 1 for Greenwood. 4 fouls called on Russellville, 1 yielding a corner kick, free kick, and 4 free kicks for Greenwood, 1 free kick for the Lady Cyclones. There were no yellow or red cards handed out, but there was a penalty kick because of an inadvertent handball. Ruth Payne got on the scoring column first for Russellville with 21-50, making it 1-0 Russellville. Julia Callahan, less than 5 minutes later, 16:58, made it 2-0. And then an inadvertent handball by Greenwood inside the 18-yard box yielded a penalty kick. Ruth Payne took it, put it through. That was with 10:20 left in the first half, and that's where we sit, 3-0, ready for the second half. As soon as the officials get in their respective spots, and Greenwood will have possession to start. And Greenwood about a half game out of making the state playoffs. They need to finish with a better record than Harrison in this final 2 games of the week. The Lady Cyclones trying to not let that happen, but also secure the 2 seed is what Russellville's trying to do. We got NBA. We got to stop the music. I mean, I like Bon Jovi, but I don't know if anybody notices over on the other side of the press box, and fans don't seem to mind as much. We're waiting for the official, and we see Russellville saying, "Hey, stop the music." Reese Prince through the center circle. I don't know if they noticed. There we go. They noticed, finally. Natalie Harlan playing it back towards center. Was away. And kick was deflected. This one cleared by Greenwood, but not out. And Brisa, can she come up with a shot attempt? No. Russellville kind of hovering inside that 18-yard box. This one sent in, but kicked back out by the defender. Nice job by Kana taking that one over. Going to get a shot here. Going to center it and put through. Julia Callahan. Oh, no. They're saying it was offsides. The official on the far side saying it was offsides on the play. I thought she kicked it backwards towards Callahan. So no goal. Official along that far side was pointing it out, saying it was offside, so no goal for Russellville. It would have been a second goal for Julia. See if we can get that one back. This is Ruth trying to get that done again. We'll see. Touch pass inside, but a little bit too far. Deflected up in the air as player goes down. I think that might be Salazar that goes down. Took that one off the face. They'll stop the clock here. They'll stop it with 37-21 is what they're going to put back on the clock. And Brisa took that one off the face and took a minute, but she's back up. Mike Hilton, our trainer, out to check on her. Seems to be fine, but they'll go through the protocol, concussion protocol, to make sure she's all right. Got to be overly cautious. Nothing wrong with that. Channing Frederick will check in for the Lady Cyclones, replacing Brisa Salazar Medina. Ready for play whistle. And Frederick with the steal there. This is Hardman. Senior boys action coming up after this. A foot shot. Throw in for Russellville deep in their own end. They're on the end of Greenwood here. It's Payne trying to center it. Callahan and they're back to the goal and being forced away. Channing Frederick centering it. Deflected a couple times by Greenwood up in the air. Almost another handball. Russellville wanted it. Not getting it, but they'll get the throw in. Well, it looked like they took down Channing Frederick there in the 18-yard box. Reese Prince couldn't get a shot, clear shot off. Neither could Frederick. Looked like they took down Channing from behind. Deflected off a Greenwood player. We'll get a corner kick out of it. If that doesn't hit one of their players, we would have had a pretty good shot attempt there with the keeper out of place. Callahan left foots it in. Past the goal line. Substitutions for the Lady Bulldogs. Allie checked behind her, saw there was a defender, knew it wasn't safe to kick it back to the keeper, and decided just to run around her defender. Allie, a lot of times, will get aggressive and make the switch to offense very quickly. Channing Frederick coming in from the side. Deflected. Russellville still with possession here. Channing trying to center this one, sending it across. And Natalie Harlan, you can see coming in from the top there. Couldn't get to it before it was deflected out. Keister had it. This is Hardman. Skelton now to Payne. Payne goes into the 18-yard box. Deflected up. Julia Callahan will turn and fire and goes well over the crossbar. Arden Hood coming in for Russellville. Arden Hood to Keister. Kana send this one toward the net, caught by the keeper. Now substitution for Greenwood. The shot caught by the keeper. That's the 10th shot on goal for Russellville, second one this half. Nice catch. This is Ruth Payne weaving in the shot, left-footed in. And a hat trick for Ruth Payne tonight. That's her third goal. Happens officially with 25-45. And Russellville with a 4-0 lead.
Just been informed that is a hat trick. Congratulations on victory.
Ruth had a hat trick on last night in their victory against Shiloh Christian. Most goals she's had in a game. I think she had 4 in the 10-1 win against Farmington this year. It might have been 5, actually, because we had credited her that night for 6. That's what it was, and she had gotten 5. Russellville scored 10 goals twice this year. Both times it was a 10-0 victory. Did that against Harrison and up there, and here against Farmington. And Greenwood coming into tonight's matchup, they're half game out of making the state playoffs, as they're half game out of 4th place. Russellville, a win would lock up the 2 seed, but probably would lock it up with 2 losses anyway, depending on what Shiloh does, just because we have the tiebreaker, but always good to get to bounce back. Russellville winning their last 2. Sending across, that's Arden Hood. Russellville saw their 27-game non-losing streak for conference come to an end, and that one goes wide left. When they went up to Siloam last week and got beat, start a new one with the victory at Farmington and at Shiloh Christian. So 2-1 on this road trip. We'll be here Friday night for senior night. We'll also be covering state playoffs for you here on Cyclone Booth and also on radio station. We've gotten approval for that. Our thanks to River Valley Radio for helping fund that, because they charge us to do it, which I never understand for the kids, but AAA charges us that, and they're happy to support that. So that'll be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I say we'll cover the games. I'll be honest with you, the last 3 years they have made it tough on us. They've played our girls and boys different places, sometimes right back to back, and so we'll do the best we can. For instance, when Valley View hosted it, our boys played at Jonesboro at noon and at Paragould Green County Tech at 2 o'clock, and so we were racing across town to get there, and we'll do the best we can on that. I always played with them. Can you not at least play us in the same place? You know, or at least give us a buffer. Play one at noon and one at 4. But Lakeside, we had the same situation last year at Lakeside. Maybe Searcy will be nicer to us. They're hosting it this year. This one in the 18-yard box. Zoe Barnes was shielding it. Maddie Hall, can they clear it? She gets it out to Arden Hood. Good job, Maddie. We were told that Searcy was going to use a fourth field, which was just an open field, but they've since secured another stadium. So they will have 4 stadiums on the first day at Riverview, Harding Academy, Beebe High School will be hosting the first day, and also Searcy, of course. The second day will be at Searcy High School and Harding Academy, and then the semifinals all at Searcy. That'll be Thursday, Friday, Saturday next week. Now the finals, AAA had signed a 5-year contract with UCA to host all the soccer, baseball, and softball. But because of construction going on at UCA, that has changed for this year. Hot Springs Lakeside will host softball, baseball, and soccer for the finals only. Before UCA had signed that contract, Benton had secured championship games. It was like going there because you park your car and you're around all 4 fields right there. That was kind of nice. Lady Cyclones leading 4-0. Remember, they had a goal disallowed because of offsides. Arden Hood here, just the edge of the 18-yard box, looking to center this one. Payne to Brisa. Brisa knocked down, and that's the second time they could have called a foul in the penalty box. They let that one go also. 2 of them here in the second half. They did call one in the first half, but it wasn't a foul. It was a handball that gave us a penalty kick. But both of those calls were when Brisa Salazar was knocked down. Or I guess non-call, should say. Nice play there by Zoe Barnes. Hood, nobody in front of her. Get that one to Payne. Try to go ahead to Brisa. It's knocked out past the touchline. We'll get a throw in. Payne will check out with the hat trick. Wonder if she's done. Natalie Harlan also out. Again, Lady Cyclones playing last night up at Springdale, beating Shiloh Christian. 9 teams in the girls 5A West, just 8 in the 5A West for boys. So you have that oddball number. What's looking like Friday. Well, here's a shot knocked down by the keeper. What's looking like Friday is that'll be a senior night only. What I mean is the game won't matter, and those are the good games to have. You fine-tune a little bit. A lot of distractions with senior night. You don't have to worry about any of this stuff of, hey, we got to win here, or win by so many to secure any kind of spot or seed. Lady Cyclones won conference last year. Looking like they'll finish second in the 5A West this year. But I tell you, I can't remember the last time Russellville did not make the state playoffs. I mean, all the way back to 2015, we lost in the finals. But we were in 2014. I don't know the last time we didn't make it to the state playoffs. And I guess the only year was 2020, but nobody made it. That was the COVID year. This is Reese Prince. Double team knocks it away. Allie Barnes coming up to save possession for Russellville. Zoe Barnes, nicely done. Lady Cyclones leading here 4-0. They beat Greenwood earlier this year 6-0. They've not allowed a goal to Greenwood since April of 2024. Won back then 7-1, but that was the last time Lady Bulldogs scored on Russellville. So this is the 4th game in a row. There's a long shot, goes wide left. Russellville's won 13 straight against Greenwood. They're 20-1 since 2016. They've met twice in the state playoff split in those 2 games. A handball there. They did not call it. Julia Callahan gets it anyway. Salazar centers it to Prince, trying to give it back on that far side. Brisa trying to chase this one down before it crosses the goal line. And it'll go past the goal line. This is Maddie Hall. Past the touchline. Sub for Greenwood. Well, Greenwood will, if they want to make the state playoffs, they will have to beat Mountain Home on Friday and then pull for the Lady Cyclones to beat Harrison on Friday. So right now they're trailing by a half game. They'll stay like that half game because of the tie situation. We'll call it that Russellville's going to win. Not sure about the shutout, but I can hope. Russellville has won 10 games by shutout this year, 9 of them in conference, including the first meeting, Greenwood. Hey, first foul called on Greenwood tonight. Remember, the PK was a handball in the first half. Ruth Payne with 2 goals in the first half, 1 here in the second. Julia Callahan, the other goal, making it 4-0. Arden Hood taking this one over. The wing of the box. This is Hall. Well, they're grabbing Callahan here. She'll get it back from Hood. Julia left foot's that one, trying to kick it across. Cleared. Callahan. Maybe a shot. No, couldn't get possession there. Brisa Salazar with the shot. Taken by the keeper. That's 5 shots on goal here in the second half, 13 for the game. And call this a throw-in. I was wondering if they were going to call it a corner or a throw-in, but Arden Hood will check out. Looks like Kate Blanchard in for her. Julia Callahan also checking out. Her night's probably done. Channing Frederick in for her. Channing Frederick couldn't get through. That one stayed down off the free kick. Allie Barnes turning offensive pretty quickly. That's what she does. Kate Blanchard, can she chase this one down? Oh, they're ruling it belonging to Greenwood. Chloe Gardner, number 22, checking in for Russellville. Goes from the hardwood floor to the pitch out here. Chloe helping get that ball off Greenwood. It result in a corner kick. Just the fourth one of the game for Russellville, second one this half. Scoring opportunity here for Russellville. I'll do it again. Allie Barnes. Allie Barnes on the rush. Belongs to Russellville on the throw-in. Off the defender on the shot. Russellville could not get a rebound shot there. Ellie Barnes with the shot, going wide left. Lady Cyclones win this one 4-0. Give us just a moment. We'll have some stats for you as the Lady Cyclones make it 3 in a row with the victory over Greenwood and sweeping Greenwood this year. All right, your stats. 24 shots for Russellville, 14 on goal. 3 shots for Greenwood, 2 on goal, and none of those were in the second half. 5 corner kicks for the Lady Cyclones, 1 corner kick for Greenwood. There were 5 free kicks for the Lady Bulldogs, 2 for Russellville. There were no yellow or red cards handed out. Your scoring, 3 goals for Russellville in the first half. Ruth Payne struck first for Russellville with 21:50 left, making it 1-0. Less than 5 minutes later, Julia Callahan with 16:58 left in the first half made it 2-0. Ruth Payne off a penalty kick after a handball inside the 18-yard box. Penalty kick with 10:20 left in the first half, making it 3-0. The only goal in the second half was the hat trick for Ruth Payne as she scored with 25:45 left on the clock, making it 3 goals for her, and the Lady Cyclones win this one by a score of 4-0. Lady Cyclones move to 14-3-1 overall, 13-1-1 in conference play. Greenwood falls to 11-5-3 overall, 7-5-3 in conference play. Lady Cyclones pretty much lock up a number 2 seed for the state tournament. That'll take place next week. They still have senior night. That'll be coming up on Friday as they will host the Harrison Lady Goblins for boys and girls action senior night on Friday night. Lady Cyclones win it by a score of 4-0. We have senior boys action coming up next. All right, senior boys matchup, Russellville-Greenwood. Greenwood struggling a little bit this year. They're 4-8-5 overall, 1-8-3 in conference play. Of course, our Russellville Cyclones 16-0-1 overall, 10-0-1 in conference. The only tie was to Siloam Springs up there last week, 1-1. Greenwood no chance to make state. They didn't make it last year. The last time they made state was in 2024. They lost in the first round to Hot Springs Lakeside, 3-0 before that, and made state since 2018. And not counting the COVID year, they've made state 1 out of the last 8 years if you count this year, because they're not on pace to make it this year. No chance. They're at the bottom of the conference with 1 conference victory. First matchup between these two teams this year, Russellville won at Greenwood 5-0. Russellville lost to Greenwood in 2016. Since then, they've played 19 times. We've had 18 wins for Russellville and 1 tie. Overall, Russellville 20 wins, 2 losses, and 1 tie. In fact, Greenwood has not scored against the Cyclones since 2021. That's 9 consecutive shutouts for Russellville since Greenwood scored last against the Cyclones. And this game doesn't mean anything for Russellville. I mean, I guess you kind of say it does. Technically, Russellville needs 1 win to ensure the #1 seed in the conference crown. They need to do it tonight or Friday night, the victory against Harrison. Should Russellville go 0-2 this week, Siloam would have to run the table, and they would be conference champs. But Russellville, I'm sure, the favorite tonight and favorite Friday, just need 1 of these 2 victories. And that's one thing, though, that Coach Fuller never does take for granted. He knows about all the records and all that. He doesn't shy away from it, but he doesn't take anything for granted, and that's why he has built this up. Cyclones with 9 state championships, more than any other school in boys soccer in Arkansas high school history, and Russellville's won the last 4. Cyclones not shying away from competition either. They played Northside, last week? Went there, shut them out 2-0. Beat Farmington, of course, in conference 3-0 on Friday. And then Saturday, they actually spent the night up at Siloam Springs after the victory on Friday night. Spent the night at Siloam Springs, went on to Oklahoma to play Jinx in a non-conference matchup, and the Oklahoma State champions there. And Russellville, all they did was beat Jinx 2-1. They beat Jinx a couple years ago, but again, you got this non-losing streak going on for Russellville. They're not shying away from it. 56 straight games without a loss. They are 54 wins, no losses, and 2 ties. That is counting the Jinx victory 2-1 on Saturday. Cyclones starting off here. Olvin Martinez, number 2, near the center circle there. Number 4, you see his back to us, is Jesus Perez. Russellville, again, a lot of times this time of year, they're sort of getting ready for state, trying different matchups and seeing what they have in case they see different things, and that's why they played Friday, Saturday, and then tonight. So we're able to see them use quite a bit of the bench. I don't say rest people, that's the wrong way to look at it, but maybe they are, I don't know. This is Harold Arias, number 19, in a clog of people there as it was cleared out by Greenwood. Greenwood coached by Tyler Woods. He was named head coach in 2019. When Andrew Post was coaching both teams, he took over girls only. Tyler Woods, I think he's assistant AD there. He's been the golf coach, then took a break from it, and he's back being the golf coach also. Russellville just outside the 18-yard box, moving the ball around. This is Jesus Perez. Keegan Fuller. Olvin Martinez. Perez. Nice little fake there. Back to Olvin. Russellville just content to move the ball around. Not in a rush. Moises Vasquez, Portillo, number 11 there. He'll take the throw in. This is Oliver Kuchar, number 3. Play this one back to Boster, over to Fuller. Fuller won a state championship on Saturday, Quiz Bowl. I think that's 10 in a row for them, the Russellville Quiz Bowl team. Coach Stephen Quos. I'm sorry, Saturday. It was a week ago Saturday. Harold Arias looking to attack now. Let's get booted out there. Olvin Martinez will try the right side to Kuchar. So far, Greenwood just packing it in, and Russellville very content, not pressuring, not forcing anything. This is Moises trying to center it here and couldn't get the header. It's still up in the air, played down by Arias. Could not get control of it. There's a long shot deflected by a defender, and Russell will have the throw in. You can see Greenwood just looking just to play defense here. I mean, just packing it in. And Russellville not letting that dictate what they do. Though. They've seen this before. This happens a lot. Actually, saw it happen a little bit. The state finals, 3 years ago? It's Lakeside. Russellville knew all we need is one goal if they're going to play like this. Cyclones won that state championship 1-0. 3 years ago against Lakeside. Won it 2 years ago in a blowout victory against Van Buren. 11-1 in the finals. Last year, Russellville winning state title over Searcy, 6-0. With possession here. Fuller will take it over and kick it to the keeper, Daniel Garcia. Moises in the center circle. He'll peel off. Ahead, Harold Arias trying to chase this one down. Where crosses the goal line, he does. This is Moises at the corner of the 18-yard box. Sends this one in, played down. Greenwood, here's a shot and caught by the keeper there off the left foot of Joseph Nava. Good snag by their keeper. And quick hands on that one. This one, I don't know if he shanked it. It went straight up in the air. It didn't go very far. 50-50 ball hits the turf, and that's Jesus Perez that played it. Cruz Mesa Nava, number 12. Send it along the side and going to cross the goal line. Already a couple substitutions coming in for Greenwood. This one intercepted by Moises. He's a senior. Tried to get it to Kuchar. It was intercepted by the Bulldogs. Moises trying to get it back. Good play there. Jose Lara Escobar ended up with it. I don't think he was the one that took it away, though. This is Martinez. Did not realize the defender was coming up quickly, and Greenwood on the move. This one kicked ahead, and Garcia will handle this one easily, the junior. Buster got it to Martinez. This is Perez. Through the center circle to Jose Lara Escobar. Harold Arias now with it. Did a good job being patient there. Try to get through a double team. Joseph Nava got it back, couldn't get it into the 18-yard box. Olvin Martinez. Kuchar send it into the box, play down and out. That one caught by their keeper. Sean Buster did a nice job there. He knew he couldn't kick it to the keeper because of the defender right on him. Played it as long as he could, and this one goes past the touchline here. Belonged to Greenwood.
Ladies and gentlemen, a quick announcement that during halftime, ABSA players are more than welcome to come to the field and practice their penalty kicks. ABSA soccer giving you the opportunity to come and
Throw in into the 18-yard box and caught by Garcia. You see Moyes is a little upset. He couldn't catch up to that. Ten minutes into this match, 2 shots on goal for the Cyclones. That's been it. Pretty quiet 10 minutes. Russellville dominating possession time. Here we have them over 90%. Jesus Perez along the far side. Enters the 18-yard box. Jesus with the shot. The keeper stopped it. He bobbled it a little bit, but Russellville, no one there that had a chance for a rebound. There he is. Stopping there. Kuchar to Moises. Vasquez Portilla. Nice little move there by Moises. Back to Olvin Martinez. Long shot for Olvin. One hopper. Didn't catch it cleanly, but he did stop it. .50-50 ball gets through the center circle. Sullivan Martinez. That's ahead, breaking free. Harold Arias. Harold stopping outside the box. Trying to send this one across. He does. No one there for Russellville. He was running out of real estate over there. Cruz Mesa Nava back to Jesus. Martinez to Kuchar. Bends this one. The header goes over the crossbar. I think that was Joseph Nava with the header attempt. Five shots, 4 on goal for Russellville. Moises. Center there. Arias. Left-footed shot caught by the keeper at eye level there. That was Jose Lara Escobar with the shot attempt. It's twice that, even with the little bit of wind at his back, the keeper's kind of shanked his drop kick. Here's Russellville. Harold Arias with a wide open look, and he puts it through. Not a lot of room over there. As he went to his right, the keeper's left. He had narrowed that angle a little bit. Harold Arias, who leads the team in goals, did not matter. He said, I'm sticking this right in that spot. And on the 6th shot on goal for the Cyclones, Harold Arias puts it through. Officially 26-27, making it 1-0. was Rainer Linares, who was in the game, number 5, kicking it back. Long shot off the keeper's hands and over the crossbar. That's big because it hit the keeper's hands. That means it's a corner kick for Russellville. If he didn't touch it, it would have gone over. It would have been a goal kick, but I'll be honest, I think if he doesn't touch it, I think it goes in. Jose Lara Escobar with the corner kick, first corner kick of the game. Of a goal kick for Greenwood. Harold Arias, the only goal of the game that came 3.5 minutes ago at the 26-27 mark. Beckett Rogers, number 6, gets it over number 7. Byron Argueta. Arias. Back to Perez. Cruz. To the edge of the box, played back out. Fuller over to Rogers. This is Argueta. Did not get the touch pass back. Jose Lara with the long shot, and it goes wide right. Nine shots for Russellville, 7 on goal. There's been no Greenwood shots at all in this first half so far. Substitution for Greenwood. Move the game up an hour tonight because of the expected weather coming in. Want to make sure you got it in. Not sure about lightning delays. You can play through rain here, especially on a turf field, but lightning you have to pause. And so the Lady Cyclones are winners 4-0 over Greenwood. Ruth Payne a hat trick tonight. Julia Callahan also a goal. Lady Cyclones have won 3 in a row. Look like they'll be the 2 seed for state next week. Cyclones, if they win tonight, they'll be the 1 seed for sure. That was Wei Shan Chen to Perez on the far side. Into the 18-yard box, missing the header. Still in the box there is Jose Lara. Getting that last shot. Tried to make a play on that one. Linares, center of this one, a long shot. It goes in. Froze the keeper. Number 5, Rainer Linares.
Another big-time goal by the Cyclones.
And this happens officially with 2025 is what they'll say. So 2025, the Cyclones make it 2-0. Rainer Linares. He had a goal here against Van Buren in the 4-2 victory. I think he's got 3 goals this year. He wore number 21 last year. He's number 5 this season. And he makes it 2-0 Cyclones. A couple weeks ago, he had a goal, and his sister had a goal all on the same night. Russellville keeping the pressure on. There's a long shot, and this one goes wide left. That shot by Jose Lara, and you can see the keeper scrambling there. He froze on the one by Linares. That one, he was not going to be fooled, even though it was obviously going to be wide left. He was still crawling after it. 8 shots on goal for Russellville. No shots for Greenwood. Cyclones just keeping the pressure on. Way Greenwood was packing in to start the game, almost like playing not to lose or not to lose by a whole lot. And And the Cyclones are content to do that, and eventually thinking you're going to make a mistake, and they'll keep being the aggressive team. Argueta, pass ahead to Harold Arias, coming in from the right side. Check that, that's Jose Laura. Tried to get it to Arias. Play now Argueta. Nice little move there, keeping possession. Can he save it? Sends it across, and we'll have a whistle and stoppage of play, and they'll have a goal kick. A lot of substitutions coming in for Russellville. Olvin Martinez checking back in. Joseph Nava, number 9. Number 3, Oliver Kucher. These are all starters checking back in, along with Moises Vasquez Portillo, number 11. Payron at the corner. Beckett Rogers. We split the double team there to Moises. His shot deflected. Argueta trying to send that one across. Missed the header. Russellville could not come up with a shot there. Looked like it was going to be close. It's a long shot deflected up in the air by the defender and up over the crossbar. We'll get a corner kick. Just don't know which side yet. This will be the second one for Russellville. And no big kick there. Left-footed in, knocked down by the keeper. It's free, and then he covered it back up. Nava ahead. Can we run through it? Cyclones slow to get up. It was knocked down inside the 18-yard box. Beckett with a nice steal. The double team intercepted his pass. Over Martinez. Nice quick touch pass over there to Joseph Nava. Couldn't get it to Cruz. Nava ahead. Cruz Mesa. They're calling a corner kick. The keeper for Greenwood was trying to fake out the ref, saying it was not. It was off Russellville, but they saw it. Third corner kick. Long shot tried there by Kucher. Jose Lara Escobar. Powerful shot deflected off the defender. Olvin Martinez. Argueta. Tried to bend that one around the defender. Couldn't quite do it. Argueta. Inside. Jose. Cruz Mesa shot. Sorry, that was Linares that had the shot. It's his second shot. The first one was a goal. That one caught by the goalkeeper. Sean Boster all the way back to Daniel Garcia. Weishan Chin. There's a shot that's in. And that is Moises Vasquez Portillo. He's going to high-five Weishan Chin, who may get credit for the assist. Moises Vasquez Portillo with the goal with officially 14-16 left, making it 3-0 here in the first half. 3 goals for Russellville by 3 different players: Harold Arias, Rainer Linares, and Moises Vasquez Portillo. "11 shots on goal for Russellville, 0 shots for Greenwood." Late whistle, but they say it's out past the touchline. They forgot to start the clock. Still showing 14-16 here at the stadium. Nobody's noticed, so we're going to stop our clock here in a minute. They're hollering me start the clock. I'm not the clock guy. They still haven't. It's still showing 14-16. We got 12:50. Play down, turn, shot. Goes over the crossbar. I'll see if they add more time. I want to wait and see. So we've got 12:30 left. You can see the clock here shows 13. You can see it's not synced up because they did not start the clock. We're going to wait and see if they knock it down. Best I can tell, minute 25 is how long they did not run the clock for. Yeah, it's a minute 25. That's what should be taken off of it. So we're going to keep it rolling. We'll play it like there's extra time. Especially if they come over, maybe they'll check out our stream and say, hey, how much time's left? So, hey, take off a minute 25. If not, we'll just play extra time, an extra minute 25. Pretty good first half for Russellville. We're fine with playing extra time. It's going to be like this. Cyclones with 11 shots on goal, 16 shots overall. They get 3-0. 0 shots by Greenwood. Not even anything on goal or not on goal. Last loss by the Cyclones was March the 9th, 2024. They got 56 straight games without a loss. And again, they're not shying away from competition. In the last 7 days, they played non-conference games at Fort Smith Northside, beat them 2-0. Went to Oklahoma to play Jinx, beat them 2-1. That's your Oklahoma State champions the last few years. Russellville opened the season against Fayetteville, beat them 5-1. Shut out Jonesboro 7-0. In fact, they went to Jinx, I think, just to kind of find some games to get ready for state. Say, hey, let's play somebody tougher than what we'll see at state. See how we match up. Russellville led 2-0 at half. Cyclones did have a tie this year. They did that at Siloam Springs last week. Russellville trailed 1-0 late with 6 minutes left when there was a foul in the 18-yard box. It yielded a penalty kick, and it was a foul. It was a push in the back. They knocked us completely down. Russellville ended up tying it. Let that one go past. It belongs to Russellville on the throw-in. Russellville's won conference title 4 straight years. Could be 5 with a victory tonight. Mentioned that Russellville has won more state championships than any other high school team. They've got 9. DeQueen's got 7. In fact, they were tied. Both teams had 7 a couple years ago, and DeQueen was knocked out of the 4A state playoffs by Dardanelle when Russellville beat Van Buren for their 8th state title. Russellville's first state championship came in 2012, and that was when both our boys and girls won the state championship. And probable run, too, on our girls' side for that. They were 4th seed and barely made it into state, and then it just caught fire. I think in 4 games they scored 16 goals and didn't allow a single one, and ended up winning a state championship. This Harold Arias had it taken away. Again, the clock here at the stadium did not get started after the last goal for about a minute and a half. And so we've kept our clock rolling just in case they adjusted theirs. But it looks like if they don't, we'll play an extra minute and a half. Just to give you a heads up, here's a long shot. One hopper to the keeper, really 2 hopper. Looked like he almost caught it in between there. That shot by Jesus Perez. And the center circle played down by Fuller. This is Martinez, gets it over to Jesus. Moises Vasquez Portillo. Moises. Boy, nice move there. He's center, you're going to take the shot. Center it. Harold Arias, left-footed shot, and goes wide. Left and up and over all the netting. Six substitutions coming in for Greenwood. They're almost clearing the bench here. Coach Woods emptying the bench here. This is Kuchar. Moises. And we get our first foul call. That one's got to be, right? Russellville with the free kick. Waiting to throw in. Greenwood substituting. Daniel Garcia coming up to make the play and quickly hurls it out. Cruz Mesa with a shot. Deflected off the keeper. Russellville could not get a shot off the rebound, but they do get possession. Jose Lar Escobar was trying to move his way to get a clear opening. That one's cleared and all the way past the touch line. Good stop by the keeper there. Russellville got the rebound but couldn't get a rebound shot, and they turn it over here. Moises standing up here. Getting this one through the header. Played across there by Laura. There's a long kick there by Olvin Martinez up and over.
ABSA participants can come onto the field and practice your PKs. ABSA participants can come onto the field and practice your PKs during halftime of this matchup.
Clock here shows 5:27 left in the first half. We show 4 minutes. Remember the stoppage where they had forgotten to start the clock here. So we may have extra time. Don't have that +1, +2 for the scoreboard. That'd be kind of nice. Jose Lara Escobar. Russell has something going here. Left side corner of the box. Nice fake there. Send this one, and just miscommunication there between he and Moises Vasquez. 3 goals for Russellville by 3 different players. At halftime, we will have stats for you. Close to the second half, we can tell you that Harold Arias got a goal, making it 1-0. Rainer Linares make it 2-0. Within 6 minutes of each other, and then 6 minutes after that, Moises Vasquez Portillo with his first goal made it 3-0. Cyclones won this matchup at Greenwood. The first meeting between the two teams, 5-0. Moises Vasquez Portillo into the 18-yard box. The header will go past the goal line, and goal kick coming. No JV game tonight. They moved everything up an hour because of the expected bad weather. We've been able to get this one in. We had a little bit of sprinkles going on about an hour and a half before this game. But nothing. Even saw the sun a little bit poke out during the girls' game. They moved baseball, softball to last night because of the expected bad weather. And Lady Cyclone softball team defeated Greenwood on an upset 6-3, keeping their hopes alive. They need some help. They got to win Friday night against Harrison and need a little bit of help to make state, but the state's still within reach. Cyclone baseball team got beat by Greenwood in a close matchup 2-0 last night. Those games over at Hickey Park. Senior night for all 4 sports on Friday as all the teams host Harrison. Joseph Nava deflected. They play it down. They're not getting out there quick. Russell could have blocked that. I think they're going to try to keep it in a little bit. Kuchar. Can he get possession? He can't. It over to Moises. Russellville having to play it back a little bit. Good luck to the Cyclone track athletes. They'll be competing at state on Thursday. Here's Jose Lara Escobar. So they get across. Russellville did not get a chance there. Thinking the long shot was Olvin Martinez. State track meet on Thursday, hosted by Van Buren. Conference was last week, so we'll have selected athletes going to state. So good luck to them. I think Greenwood hosts the conference. Kuchar, quick touch pass. Harold Arias, not cleared out. All right, Escobar hits the post. Joseph Nava there hitting the post. We saw a goal like that in the Lady Cyclone game where it hit the post and squeaked in. That one jetted back out. Joseph Nava trying to again. No, he's going to pass this one off inside the header by Arias. A one hopper to the keeper. And we show 0. There's a minute 18 left. So we're in extra time for a minute. We'll get it set for you so you can see. Olvin Martinez caught by the keeper on his shot. Long shot. It's in.
Another goal for the Cyclones.
Long shot there by Jose Lara Escobar, his first goal tonight. In extra time, 27 seconds. Making it 4-0 Russellville. Russellville very subdued on their goals tonight. They get expected to win. It's all business tonight. 17 shots on goal. 4 have found the back of the net. We'll give you the stats right before the beginning of the second half. Russellville get another one in. They're going to take a long shot here, and this one will go wide right. And that's the end of the first half. Cyclones lead it by a score of 4-0 here. 4 goals by 4 different players: Harold Arias, Rainer Linares, Moises Vasquez Portillo, and Jose Lara Escobar for the goals for the Cyclones tonight. And we'll come back a couple minutes before the start of the second half to give you the statistics from the first half. But that's your 4 goals by 4 different players. Starting to sprinkle a little bit here, but no lightning, so that's good. Russellville leading it 4-0 at the half. All right, in that first half for Russellville with 17 shots on goal. They actually had 25 shots overall. 3 corner kicks, 1 free kick. Greenwood, no stats. No shots on goal, no corner kicks, no free kicks. There were no yellow or red cards in the matchup. 4 goals for Russellville by 4 different players. Harold Arias at 26-27 got the first goal of the night. Reyna Linares at 20-25 made it 2-0. Moises Vasquez Portillo, 14-16 left to play in the first half, made it 3-0. And Jose Lara Escobar with 27 seconds left in the first half, made it 4-0. And we got a bandana check. There's a Greenwood player that is wearing a bandana, and they're trying to get that fixed. And now we're having clock issues, so we'll get that situated here in just a moment. First minute of the second half. Again, we're getting our clock issues set up. Been a slight breeze all game long. Right now at the back of Russellville, it's Keegan Fuller coming up. Cruz Mesa Nava, number 12. He pushed out of the way, and we got a foul call. Say no stats. There's been 2 fouls now called on the Bulldogs, leading to 2 free kicks. Don't do that to Keegan. He got beat up in the Van Buren game, but that one they pushed Cruz Mesa Nava down. Get a free kick 70 yards away. Played down. Russell was worried about being offside, so they were being very careful about that. Almost had a one-on-one with the keeper. Kuchar going to save that one. Jesus Perez, nice little move around the defender. Arias is a kick, hits the post and goes in. Cyclones making it 5-0 after the goal by Joseph Nava. Joseph Nava tonight, his first goal. This one officially happens with 36:58, making it 5-0. That one hit the post and slid in. Lady Cyclones had one like that tonight. Julia Callahan hit the right post and went in. That one hit the left post and went in. First shot on goal in the second half for Russellville makes it 5-0. If Russellville gets up by 6 goals, that'll be the sportsmanship rule only happens once in soccer. What they do is they cut the time in half if one team gets up by 6. You always see teams try to do that in the first round at state, because especially if you're good enough to make it through, that's tough playing 3 games in 3 days. You can cut time down, you try to do that. Russellville's done that before. Along that far side, Moises Vasquez Portillo. He and Joseph Nava not on the same page. On that, Cyclones taking it back over. Sometimes Russellville will just kind of work on passing a little bit. Sometimes they'll do that and not take too many shots until they get it open. And trying to center this one, see if they do this here. Harold Arias, his shot deflected out. That was definitely trying. Jesus Perez. Couple headers, one from each team. Play down. Here's a left-footed shot. Goes high and left. Substitutions coming in for Greenwood. That's what the holdup is. Got told we're under a tornado watch until midnight. Up here in the press box talking about that. I don't think I've seen a big drop of rain since we started. We were preparing for possible lightning delays tonight. Even with moving the games ahead, doing away with JV, starting the varsity at 4. That should be offsides, but didn't get the call there. It didn't matter. Long shot, one hopper. Officially the first shot on goal for Greenwood. Did not have any in the first half. That one actually kept in by the officials, so they'll play as if it went out past the touchline. Russellville won the first matchup between these two teams 5-0. Have not given up a goal to Greenwood since 2021. Jesus Perez, Olvin Martinez. Trying to center that one. Kicked up and out. Yeah, 9 consecutive shutouts against Greenwood. Cyclones have had. Russellville defeated Greenwood in 2014 for the state championship. 1-0 in overtime. It was the second state title for Russellville. These two teams have played as far back as 2013 and probably before, to be honest. They don't keep solid records back then. We know they faced 3 times, I believe, in 2013. No report. And played 3 times in 2014. Of course, we have the report of the state championship, but not the ones before then. So that's why our records are incomplete, and that's why we say the things we do. In the last 23 matchups, Russellville's won 20 of them, lost 2 and tied 1. Taken down. Nice job. That's clean. Made a play on the ball. In open space. Pass ahead was deflected. Long shot. Deflected by the keeper. That was going in. That was a nice job. That was a nice save. It'll be the first corner kick for Russellville in this half, the 4th one for the game. Jesus Perez with the header. Keegan Fuller with the goal. You know, he doesn't get to score that much playing on the back end. 30:09 left, and Keegan playing on the back end didn't get to score very much. So, but it was the header by Jesus Perez, and then Keegan with the rebound. Off the rebounded shot. They'll cut the time in half and bring it down to 15:05. But proud for Keegan. He's all, I mean, even from up here, we can tell he's all smiles. I misspoke. I called him 10 consecutive state championships in quiz ball. I think they won their 11th officially, but he was on that team. So he's got state championship rings for soccer and quiz bowl, and now he's got a goal tonight. Cyclones lead at 6-0. Invoke the sportsmanship rule, and when one team gets up by 6 goals, however much time is left, they cut it in half. And so from 30:08, they cut it down to 15:05. They don't keep doing that. It's just the one time. That's what soccer does. Every sport just about has some sort of sportsmanship rule. Running clock in basketball and football. Baseball, I think it's, 10 after 5? And softball. Not that Russellville sits on a lead, but they usually don't do a whole lot of run up the score. So they don't get many mercy rule games. And actually 7 goals is the most they've scored in a game this year. They did it twice. Second game of the year, they beat Jonesboro 7-0. They beat Harrison by scoring 7 goals. Malcolm Chiku to Argueta. Bayron with the shot, and he missed that one. It's cleared. Josias Garcia. Lorenzo Carrion. Carlos Lemus, or 14, his shot deflected off a defender. We get a free kick for the Cyclones. This is Carson Walker, sophomore, former golfer for the Cyclone golf team, and switched over to soccer. Cross country and track star. This one hit up in the air, played down off the free kick. Kicked out. The Cyclones are going to have a throw in here. Walker. Throw this one in. This one out, and it'll belong to Greenwood. Substitution for the Bulldogs coming in. Beckett Rogers on that far side. Ile Chuku there, keeping it alive for Russellville. Malcolm moved here from Nigeria. We'll play this one back. Cleared hit to the center circle for a 50-50 ball. Headed down there by Walker. This is Carson Walker here. Number 17, Josias Garcia. That one past the touchline. Ile Chuku to Lemus. Argueta played behind Lorenzo Carrion. So go off of Lorenzo. There's a shot goes past the keeper wide right. Carson Walker. Beckett Rogers. Wei-Shan Chin. This is Garcia. Ile Chuku. Nice move there. Into the 18-yard box. Shot goes up and over. Shot attempt there by Lemus. A little bit too much on it. Lorenzo carry on. Shot deflected back out. And that was Eddie Franca. That's Franca there chasing it. Carlos Lemus. Lorenzo carry on. Wei-Shan Chen. And Russellville will have an official timeout because of an injured player. They stopped the clock with 4:44, so that's what we'll put on it. And that is Carlos Lemus. Russellville will have it on the ready for play whistle. The shot can't bend it in there. Actually hit the football upright. Malcolm. Wei-Shan Chen with the shot. Wei-Shan Chen with 3:46 left. And this ties the most goals in a game for Russellville this year. They had 7 two other times. They beat Jonesboro 7-0. Had 7 against Harrison. In a 7-1 victory, conference victory. 7-0 here against Greenwood. Daniel Garcia, the starting keeper, is actually in there now, wearing number 24. We're trying to get him a goal. Keegan Fuller scored in this half. Wei-Shan Chen scored in this half. Laid down by Chen. Malcolm. Ilichiku, can he chase it down? He can before it crosses the goal line. Russell will have a throw in here. Lorenzo carry on. Going to handle it. No, they're going to let Carson Walker handle it. Shot up over the crossbar. And a goal for Greenwood. So no shutout. This is the first goal that Greenwood has scored since 2022 against Russellville. Sorry, 2021 against Russellville. It had been 9 consecutive shutouts that Russellville has had on the Bulldogs. Of course, this in the final 2 minutes of a blowout victory, but still. A double team. Take it away. Cyclones get it back. Daniel Garcia playing that one down. His buddies are angry at him. They want him to shoot. Eric Martinez, number 22. This is Josias Garcia. Wayshawn Chin with the header. Cyclones are going to win this one easily, 7-1. Game never really in doubt.
Cyclones win 7-1. Want to thank our friends from Greenwood for making the trip down and have a very safe
And would give you just a little minute, maybe if that, and before we do our totaling for you. Cyclones last lost to Greenwood back in 2016. Since then, they're 18-0-1, now 19-0-1 against the Bulldogs. They tied back in 2021. That was the last time they had scored on Russellville. Since that tie, Russellville's now won 10 in a row and given up 1 goal total in those 10 games. Tonight, the Cyclones win it by a score of 7-0. Harold Arias, Rainer Linares, Moises Vasquez Portillo, Jose Lara Escobar with all goals in the first half. In the second half, Joseph Nava made it 5-0 with 36:58 left to play, so early on. And then Keegan Fuller with 30:09 scored, making it 6-0. That cut the time in half because of the mercy rule being invoked. Wayshawn Chin got on the board with 3:46 left, making it 7-0. Greenwood scored with 1:41 left, making it 7-1. Totally dominated by Russellville, not just on the scoreboard, but also in stats. 37 shots for Russellville, 23 were shots on goal. 2 shots on goal for Greenwood. That was it. 4 corner kicks for the Cyclones, 0 for Greenwood. There were 2 free kicks in the game. Both belong to the Cyclones. No yellow or red cards handed out. The Cyclones will improve to 11-0-1 in conference. They secure the top spot in the 5A West. They will be the number 1 seed heading into state next week. Greenwood will not be in the state playoffs. They will finish at the bottom of conference, we believe. We'll still have one more game. They fall to 1-9-3 in conference, 4-9-5 overall. But what this means for Russellville is Friday night's game is going to be a senior night. It will not matter other than senior night for the boys. Probably same thing for the girls, depending on what Siloam Springs did tonight. But both teams will be hosting Harrison here on Friday night for senior night. Your last chance to come out and see both teams at Cyclone Stadium as they will do that. And then they'll get ready for state. That'll be next week, Thursday of next week. Friday night on our broadcast, we'll be able to tell you more about what state will entail for both our boys and girls. But a clean sweep for the girls and boys tonight as they defeat Greenwood. The Lady Cyclones win by a score of 4-0. The boys win by a score of 7-1 over Greenwood. Thanks so much for joining us.